Hello, everybody, and welcome to Stadia Party Chat Podcast, episode 10. Woo, we made it to 10
Yay.
episodes. Very, very cool. Thank you with my awesome co host, Sebastian, who's got a birthday coming up. So happy early birthday to you.
Hey, thank you. How you doing, Ricardo?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. Been watching a lot of the Olympics. This morning, Canada won a bronze medal. Andre DeGrasse in the 100-meter sprint. So that was exciting to see live. So pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, definitely. I think I saw see I saw the Jamaican woman had like the world record too on the 100-meter yesterday, so that was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah, always good to see. Too bad all of the stands seem to be empty, but you can fill them up this week with free to play on the Olympics in Tokyo. But we'll get into that later. So, wanted to tell everybody that here at Stadia Party Chat Podcast, we are two Canadian game enthusiasts, both founding members of Stadia who love the platform and enjoy sharing the news, discussing rumors, and having fun at the same time. Today's episode is episode 10, so thanks for joining us. Today, we're going to be talking Destiny news and rumors, catalysts coming up, the TWAB, and some weekly achievements. We're also going to be discussing the free games with Pro that just came out today and tomorrow. Wait for that grime time. At the same time, we're going to be talking, as always, the weekly news and rumors coming at Stadia and the platform. So, everybody, if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, or if you just want to give us support and hit the like button, we're Stadia Party Chat Podcast at Chat Stadia on Twitter. Look us up on YouTube, Twitter, and all of our platforms. We're available on all the podcast places. So check us out. What have you been playing this week, Sebastian?
So I was able to finish Moonlighter. Pretty interesting ending. It was kind of weird. I didn't expect that. So I got to the fifth dungeon, and then it was like a dimensional pirate boss or something like that.
You
And
didn't see that coming?
yeah, I know, right? It was just like an so those dungeon were all like from another dimension that the pirate were using to scavenge loot or something like that. It was like pretty interesting. So, and then like you have those guardian and on fire as soon that you open that last dungeon or something like that, and they're like, we're gonna arrest everyone, but because you killed the pirate boss that we've been looking for ever for him, then we're not gonna arrest you guys, something like that. I was like, what the hell? I feel like he didn't know how to end the game, and then they just threw that on. I don't
Oh,
know.
no, no. On the contrary, I think they started there and then they built the game around that ending. Interdimensional pirates was always what they were going for, I feel.
Yeah, that was quite interesting, but a very fun game to play. After that, you completed this, you can do the, um, is it like New Game Plus basically? So you continue from where you. Okay, so I started just to have a look. So the boss are harder and stuff like all the ads are harder. The only thing is that you carrying whatever you carry in your other game, you're still carrying in this game. So if you have your armor fully like level up and stuff like that, your weapon, then you can maintain that, but not the one you have in storage. So something to point like to keep in mind if you want to go with a different loadout, different weapon and stuff like that. Just equip them in the other game before switching to the new game plus. But yeah, it was fun though.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That was similar to my experience. So if you haven't jumped into Moonlighter yet, definitely recommend it, and it's a fun game to check out. Other games I've been playing this week, I have been r- basically keeping the timeline safe for everybody in the Dragon Ball Z universe. As you sort of, for Loki fans, you sort of take a position in the TVA and you stop variant energy from changing the timeline, and then you set the timeline straight And yeah, it's a pretty interesting little setup for a game. Constantly leveling up your character, filling out your stats, and then you can obviously customize the fashion, which is the most important part of any game, is to get your fashion right. So overall, I'd recommend it. A lot of aerial combat, or you can even fight on the ground if you want. You can customize all of your special attacks. I haven't been able to turn Super Saiyan yet, but that is my number one goal in this game. I don't think I'll be able to put it down until I become a Super Saiyan. So that will definitely be on my list of things to do there. I mean, if you're a fan of the universe and you know the Dragon Ball Z universe, then each of these scenes will have a lot more meaning to you because you'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know that's supposed to happen," because they rewrite scenes from the show, um, and then they sort of give it a change, and then you got to go stop the change. So, for instance, in the show, only one of the guys will turn into a giant ape, but in this game, two of them turn into a giant ape. Goku's overwhelmed, so you got to go back him up, take down these giant apes, and yeah, it's a pretty cool concept to the game, and it gives a lot of variety to aerial fighting. And then you switch up all of your attacks too. So if you're going into a certain combat where you'll need like a piercing super versus like an AoE super, then you got to switch that up and you got to customize sort of for your battle. So a lot of intricacies there. I was able to grab that on the huge Stadia sale, so the mega sale. Once I saw that it wasn't coming out on Pro, so I was safe there for at least 1 month. Uh,
Same here. I bought it. It was like $10 Canadian, slightly under $10. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, I was like, I'm gonna buy it because it's $10. It's so cheap, and whenever I'm ready, I can try it, right? So,
Yeah, because you can play co-op too, and
mhm.
there's like all the missions you can just go in with a team. So look forward to the fire team. Um, Other than that, it's been the regular Destiny grind, grinding for power level, doing the GMs, and also getting the time loss weapon of the week, which was the destroying the oracles, which was the rotational challenge where you have to shoot a different oracle at each round. And what we did was we just set up two wells. What we had four Phoenix protocols, we had two Invis hunters with Omni Oculus, and we split up into two groups on the right and the left. And then we rotated as per our oracles went around. We do have the stream up. I don't have the explanation stream up because I've been lazy to do that, but I will have to get up and give a bit deeper explanation. You get the time loss sniper this week, so pretty cool, and another step towards getting that fate bringer seal. So cool, cool. And this week's GM is the disgraced.
Yep.
So you have anything to say about the disgraced GM? Just
It's just like quite easy to complete. I saw who was that? I think Rick Carcass was able to do it under 13 minutes and he grind like all day. And the good thing is that you can get two weapons. So you can get like one of the newer one and you can get one of the oldest one, if that makes sense. Or you can get like a mixed match. I know like in the next season, they're gonna refine that. There's gonna be for sure a new one and an old one. But yeah, like the other day I got I try to remember what I got. I did it like with you. I did it with some other people, and all I got was three exotic armor and then like a golf ball. And then I did it with you. I got two weapon with golf, two three golf ball, because it was double the drop or something like that. So you most likely gonna get something. It's worth farming, and you got until like Tuesday. So just go for it and then farm for some good loot, right?
yeah, I got to get in and do some farming sometime this week too. I have not done. I think I've ran it like maybe 3 times max. I got to get in and do some more. Pick up a good swarm, right? That's what everybody
Yeah.
wants.
Yeah, so I sent you the video, but if you look up, I think it was Rick Carcass also, like he made a video about bottomless grief, so it got, I don't know if it got fixed, but something was overlooked. But if you're a player who plays solo often and you have bottomless grief on some of your weapon, now what it does is just reload your weapon all the time. So he showed like the swarm there where he's firing it and it's like auto reloading all the time, max ammo, because it's the only player around. So if you play as a team, then like it's not gonna work unless like the rest of your team is dead. But I found that very interesting. If you want to play, do some stuff by yourself, like expunge mission or anything like that that you require to have like, yeah, and you don't like reloading the machine gun because machine gun take forever to reload, or any type of weapon, you can use that, which is pretty cool. So
Yeah, that's wicked. Um, Also, something that I didn't know specifically that he pointed out in the video was that the Vorpal weapon perk was now working when you shot champions. So that they've now become. I'm not sure if that was always a factor. Maybe that was something I just learned in that video yesterday that you sent me. But yeah,
yeah,
Vorpal
not
works on
exactly
champions.
I'm not exactly sure either, because it's not really like anything that will like tell you the Vorpal perk
Oh
is
no, it was
kicking in, right?
perking. It was perking on his
Oh, okay.
screen. It said Vorpal weapon or Vorpal damage on his screen when he
Oh,
was shooting a champion. I was like, oh, okay.
so is it perking on like as soon you shoot like the ads or something like that? It's gonna
The
say it, or
champion.
champion or
Yeah.
like the boss? Oh, okay. I never
Champion,
actually
mini
noticed.
boss, or full boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's worth it then. I have like a couple like weapon with Vorpal on it, so that's
The
interesting.
Uzume.
Resume.
With Uzume with bottomless grief and Vorpal. Now it's gonna be good for solo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you still need to grind for the exotic and the lost sector there, that'll be perfect.
Yeah. Well, cool. Let's jump into some of these rumors you're bringing to the table here, Sebastian.
Yeah, so
Before we get into the TWAB.
yeah, I don't want to like spoil any like news or anything like that. I don't want to give any spoiler. But for season 15, basically, what's coming up, a possibility will be some of the catalysts for Xenophage, Monte Carlo, and Divinity. So basically, the API was identified within the data of Destiny 2, and you can find it on light.gg. Basically, it just show as unknown with the code, but the picture shows Xenophage, Monte Carlo, and Divinity. So possible catalyst for those three weapons. That should be interesting. Xeno and Divinity are like used a lot on in PvE, so that should be interesting. I don't know what they're gonna come up with. Hopefully, Xeno is gonna be something like the ammo like capacity has increased. I don't think they're gonna do anything with the explosion of the round or anything like that. Maybe the firing rate is gonna be faster, but they cannot do that because it's gonna be becoming the meta for like any PvE activity. Um, for Monte Carlo, maybe a melee recharge is gonna go up faster. Um, Maybe there's gonna be something done with that. Divinity, I like really don't know what they can do with that. That weapon is great already. The fact that it has like overload, um, like you can like get the overload champion with that weapon. It could be as also the increased ammo or maybe an auto reloading after you kill an ad with it, like similar to one of the other like I try to remember the name of it, the solar one, linear fusion, not linear, but like yeah, try to remember the name. I cannot come up with. But what do you think it could be the perk for those catalysts for
So
those guys?
here are my guesses thinking about this. Xenophage, gift of the war mine. Xenophage will now perk war mines on final blows.
Hmm.
Ooh, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, maybe. Monte Carlo. Um, Traveler's Blessing. Kills now recharge all abilities.
Oh yeah, similar to the Traveler's Chosen.
Maybe, not.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd do that to the Monte Carlo. And then we have Divinity. Like you, I don't even know what they would do to Divinity. I'm here's what I'm thinking. Chain reaction. So after you get that overload, if any ads are around it, possibly they get hit with the barrier disruptor. But
Yeah.
I don't what are they possibly what I don't even know what the other fusion trace rifles have as a catalyst. Like it just doesn't like what are you gonna give to that thing?
That's the thing. So like I was mentioning, like there's one of them, the solar one, it just recharge your weapon after every kill, right? So I'm like, that could be a possibility, but it's not gonna really help unless you increase the ammo capacity. That's gonna help a lot. Um, yeah, maybe it's gonna add Vorpal to it, so the people carrying Divinity during boss fight is gonna do a little bit more damage. Like.
That's a good perk, yeah. Could be.
Yeah, could be. Who knows, right? But it's quite interesting they added that. But yeah, let us know in the comment what you think like those catalysts could be, right? Moving on, some new stuff again coming to season 15. Some of those are not news, not really news, but what we expecting. We got the stasis weapon coming up. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know how the stasis weapon's going to look like. Are they going to be OP to the point where they're going to have to nerf it after a couple of weeks? Is it going to be as you shoot an enemy, they're going to freeze? Maybe they're going to be slow or something like that. It could be very great for PvE also for add like just add just manipulating all the ads basically around. Excuse me. So the other thing they are going to be changing for season 15 is some of the PvP change. So they tried to go more towards so people use more the weapon than the abilities. We saw this with a change with stasis. I think they're gonna move towards that way. There's gonna be some more change like to manipulate into that because now they want to make all the light subclass modifiers similar to the stasis. So that's something new. So what's gonna happen with that? We'll have to see. There's like the third person peeking or emoting, they're gonna remove. So if you have a sword, any like third person peeking. If you don't have any ammo in your sword, you're not gonna be able to pull it out. And then there's gonna be something like I guess like if you have ammo, you're gonna be able to do it. But like the time you have ammo in any comp, it's very rare. So and emoting, they're gonna disable it from my understanding. The synth strand, like if you like to modify your armor, your look, they're gonna get rid of,
Fashion.
yeah, your fashion.
For
They're gonna
fashion.
they're gonna remove the um this type of uh what do you call it, they're gonna remove the synth strand, so you're not gonna need this to buy any bounty from Ada 1. So you're just gonna use glimmer, 10,000 glimmer per bounty, which is pretty good. You can only have one at a time, so it's gonna be making it easier to grind for um your 10 like because I think you can only do 10 per character or something like that per season. So it's gonna be for your grinding for like gaining your change armor piece, I guess. And the other thing was Vanguard, right? So like the reputation system is gonna change. It's gonna become similar to Crucible, Gambit, and there's more change in regards to Nightfall. Like I mentioned earlier, you do a GM, you're gonna get one of the newest weapon and one of the oldest weapon. And there's might be some more change coming out in regards to that. That's pretty much what I have on top of my head. There's more coming also. Now moving on to rumors. So without spoiling anything, there's been a lot of like leak into the Reddit for Raid Secret. One of them was a Seventune picture. If you want to have a look, you can look it up. Something quite interesting into that picture. If it's fan made, like it stirred up the community a lot. If it's not and it's coming, there's going to be a lot of question coming up, a lot of change, like affecting a little bit of the lore. So I can't wait to see. The other thing too is like within the season of Splicer, there's more to come. So we have the epilogue coming up. So I don't know if it's going to be a community event. That would be awesome. They haven't done that for like the past few seasons now. So I would like to see something like that again. But like if you go on the Destiny app and create uh, do an LFG for an override, there's a picture on the background that show an override we haven't done yet. And there's some people that was able to glitch through wall and have a look. So if you're interested to see that, just go into YouTube, just like type like anything in regards to that. I think there's a few people that created video about it, and there's also Paul Tassi that mentioned about it. He has a video, so quite interesting. Uh, there's yeah, it's gonna be interesting. There's something to come. There's also another quest that we haven't seen yet, and some exotic thing that's gonna be coming before the end of the season. There's rumor it could be an exotic weapon. I think there's mentioned an exotic ship, a little bit like the same thing when we have like during the season of the Chosen, some stuff to finalize the season before we move on. There's also like Bungie also released the last chapter one of the book describing something that happened at the end of the season that was released too early. If you haven't read it yet and you don't want to spoil yourself, don't read it. But yeah, that show there's gonna be some change coming. So quite interesting. There's a lot of like people talking out in the community, so it's quite interesting what's to come. It get me hyped to look at those stuff. It doesn't like really spoil me, but if you don't want to get spoiled, then like don't look them up. But overall, yeah, I quite hype about what's to come and season 15 and also the Witch Queen, which it's gonna come out first quarter of 2022, so it could be any time between January, February, March, or something like that. And also, there going to be more than like just because season 15, if it's gonna last until the end, the Witch Queen come out, that's gonna be a long season. So they're gonna come out another season and halfway. We can have what's the activity that we do like for Christmas, where we get the baked cookies and stuff like that. There's this. There's also the the other activity of the Lost. I try to remember for Halloween.
Festival of the Lost.
Festival of the Lost. So there's still a couple like activity coming, but are they gonna split it up and put like another season? Or are they gonna just extend it like similar to that season they did last year? I try to remember the name of it, but like they just like made it like so long until like Beyond Light came out. So anyway, that's gonna be interesting. We got one more month left. 1 month left for this season to finish. So keep grinding. If you haven't done all the EAZ activity, this is the last week, and after that, don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe it's gonna be the epilogue kicking in or something. Give like some time for people to like complete everything, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, so a lot to look forward to. Stasis weapons. Um, I think it'll end up being like you'll slightly get slowed, or it'll take like maybe 3 hits to activate a slow action.
Hmm.
We'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
they'll definitely break the game day one and go back and change it.
Yeah, definitely. If like they don't like make it perfect, usually they're gonna OP it and then like they're gonna nerf it later on.
I remember day one with the hunter slash smash on the grenades. Like people were doing entire GMs with just grenade and smash,
With
and
the
now they
stasis.
barely do any damage. So
They're still being used a lot in PvP, I notice. And but like it's just they reduce the time where like you gotta smash it or something like that, so it's not as quick, but you still get caught. Like I found like every time I'm frozen with stasis, I'm trying to break free and it's taking forever. So there might be something like, because they changed the control on that, right? It used to be, um, he used to be like if you were under, you had to double tap the B or something like that. And if you were the Titan, you had to hold it or something like that.
Right.
So I need to look because now mouse and keyboard, like it might be a different button. Maybe I'm pressing the wrong one. So I'm gonna
Oh,
have to
could
look.
be. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I guess. And there's also that Titan Exotic, which breaks you out of stasis a lot quicker.
Yeah, the legs. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I do have it. I think I'm still missing the legs for the hunter. So I just need to farm like some last sector. Probably gonna do that before the end of the season.
Yeah, those are good ones.
Mhm.
And again, like they were buffed after like day one because they were just so devastating.
Yeah, exactly. So I still think they might be good. They're still good, but yeah, I don't have them yet. So there's so many exotic I don't use on my characters that I should use more.
Yeah.
I found that like I'm more to use them now just to complete some of the triumph. I'm a triumph chaser. I like to have like everything complete. So like I finished my Titan and my Warlock in terms of like all their super, their grenade type and stuff like that. Now I'm working on my Hunter, and I have quite a lot to do. So and yeah, I'm the good thing is I'm getting medals too. Like if you play PvP or a Gambit, there's like a couple medal where you have to use that super and get like a Carnage or whatever it is, and then like I keep getting those medals. I'm like, oh sweet, I haven't finished those, so that's another layer after the triumph, I guess. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a deep well of things to achieve there for sure. Um, but yeah, let's touch on the TWAB for this week. So what do we got coming out of the Destiny 2 Bungie pipeline?
Yes, the TWAB. So before I move on into the TWAB, I'm gonna talk about the outfix they had. So one of the main thing I would say about the outfix was the Vault of Glass. So basically they remove the drop of weapon on Master Vault of Glass and made it so like if you complete the Master Vault of Glass, it's separated to your normal. So before you used to do it like with a character and then you go to your normal, you didn't get any loot because it was like almost the same, which was ridiculous. So they separate the normal and master so you don't, and it's the same loot. Also on your master, they remove the weapon so you get the stat focus armor because that was something they say, and all we were getting was like weapons. So they fixed that. So we guaranteed to receive a stat focus armor, which is good. And yeah, you can loot them independently. So those are I think that's the main thing that came out. They did some fix for Gambit, some armor and abilities with the stasis and some of the loot. Oh yeah, there's like this gold shell, the Goister shell, where like the eyes were popping on top was kind of creepy to fix that. So that was pretty funny. All right, for this week at Bungie, so the big thing is that Solstice is leaving. It's this last week. You got until August 3rd to finish it. Is it right? Oh yeah. Damn, that's coming pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
There's also so one thing I didn't mention was coming to season 15. I waited until like the TWAB because they talk about a lot about it. Is crossplay. So crossplay is coming, which is amazing. They also have like not a timetable, but like almost like what they want to come up with, like as per the season progress. There's picture about like how it's gonna look like. So to go over it like very quickly, the Guardian identity is going to be kind of changing. So there's going to be a Bungie name. So basically to make it more universal to all platform, so you're going to have to register onto the Bungie website, my guess is, and then you're gonna have like a Bungie name pushed to you. So it's gonna be your current name, hashtag with a number, similar to the Discord basically. So it's gonna make it so everybody can have
No,
no? What was that? No,
refuse. I don't want
you refuse
numbers.
more
I'm not a.
numbers.
I don't know. That's why I'm a founder. What are you
Exactly.
telling me? They're gonna put numbers on the end of my name now?
Yes, so it's gonna be hashtag number. They show
Hashtag no numbers.
but it's gonna be so your name's gonna appear normal. It's just like your Bungie name. So they show like a person in tower is gonna be the same. Your name's gonna be the same, but if they look you up and put your mouse over your name into your roster, there's gonna be like, oh, Bungie name. It's gonna be like Rudigs hashtag 4 numbers. So yeah, the other thing they're gonna be doing is that they're gonna filter all the names. So basically, like my names, it's NAD614, and it might be considered offensive, or what's the word for it?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's right.
so, but it's my nickname. It's just not related with what it means. That's the thing I've been telling people is that it's part of my last name and my first letter, my first name, and create NAD. So I'm French Canadian. So when I use that name, like since I'm a kid, and then when I started speaking English, I started like mentioning my nickname, and people are like, "Do you know what's that mean?" I'm like, "No, I don't know." So now I know, and yeah, am I gonna lose my name? So I'm gonna have to change it. I'll try it out, see if they remove it. So if it happen, they remove it, they're gonna change it to Guardian hashtag number. So we'll see. We're gonna have to see that. If you're on PC, you can have those design or those like picture basically within your name. They're gonna remove that because on console you cannot have that. So yeah, they're gonna change your privacy so people can look you up on your Bungie name or send you an invite or like limited. So a little bit similar to how it is with Stadia, where you can change your privacy, you can look you up. Um, the crossplay matchmaking, so it's going to be PvE, it's going to be one open community. For PvP, if you're on PC, you can matchmake versus other PC player. If you're on console or Stadia, Stadia will be considered console. You'll be matchmade with console player. If there's one person in your fire team is PC, you can automatically get matchmade to PC. So that's going to be quite interesting because I'm playing mouse and keyboard. I can matchmake versus controller. So it doesn't really recognize what you're playing on. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Maybe they're going to change that in the future. And like I mentioned, they have a roadmap. If you go on the TWAB, there's a few pictures of like how it's gonna look like, how the roster is gonna look like. So you're gonna be able to search your friend. It looks like there's like a phone app, so maybe you're gonna be able to do some stuff on your phone. That's something I noticed, but they didn't mention about it. Um, when you're gonna log into Destiny, it's gonna come up saying like your platform name and then your Bungie name. Like I was saying, your platform name's not gonna change. It's just gonna be a Bungie name, which is gonna be your platform name plus hashtag your number, which is not gonna be like showing to everybody. Um, yeah, so this is they're gonna change it slightly just to make it easier for people to look up for people to play with on the roster. There's gonna be a search bar, so if you're looking for adding someone on the Bungie name, then you can click on it and just search. Um, so from my understanding is that the PC player is still going to be looking with a keyboard. So if you have a keyboard console, they're still going to take some time before activating some sort of keyboard input. It's going to take a while. The text chat also is going to take a while. So early season 15. So we're going to have the Bungie name, Bungie friend, cross-platform invite, multiplayer matchmaking, player search, and social privacy. That's what they're going to add at the start. Then soon after, they're gonna add the cross-platform voice chat, because you got to think like we play on Stadia, we go use Stadia voice chat because the in-game voice chat is not that great. But now they're gonna have to kind of upgrade it, so all the cross-platforms gonna be able to talk to each other. So there's gonna be I think the possibility there's going to be to use Discord as a voice chat for every platform. If you have new people in your clan that like play on PlayStation, Xbox, or what else on PC, then they're gonna have to go on Discord. That's gonna be the best option, I think. Until then, until they fix the voice chat, we're gonna have to work around it. Then in this winter, they're gonna come out with the Bungie name change. So again, like I mentioned, if like your name get changed, you're not gonna be able to change it until then. So I'm gonna take the risk. Am I gonna say Guardian hashtag numbers? Then I'm not gonna be able to change my name until winter. So yeah, that kind of sucks, I think. Hopefully my name doesn't change. The other thing too is the like I mentioned, text chat display. Sorry, I didn't mention that. So the text chat. So if you play on PC, you have the text chat on the bottom right, I'm pretty sure. On console or even on Stadia, you don't see that. So that's going to be something they're going to be adding. So if you join a party, you're going to be able to text each other on that chat. That being said, the console is not going to have like a keyboard, a virtual keyboard yet, from my understanding. So that's going to be a little bit annoying. For if you have a keyboard, it's going to be a little bit easier, but that's not going to come until later. So I'm guessing because Stadia they consider as a console, the keyboard is not going to be working on the text chat, but I'm going to be able to play with it. So, and there's going to be more to come. I guess there's going to be some fixing happening in between. Yeah, so that should be interesting. Uh, and then, so that's it for crossplay. That's pretty much the overall of it. The next thing is that we have one more last Iron Banner coming on the 3rd of August until the 10th of August. Then they talk about their Bungie Foundation updates. If you haven't claimed that yet, you can. And then, yeah, the Bungie store. So that's the other thing. If you haven't done that yet, go into the Bungie store and reset your password. Then you're gonna get a free emblem. Until the 31st of July. Oh, that was yesterday. Yeah, so you had until yesterday to change your password and to get a free emblem that they're gonna send August 13 by email. So you get the code and then you just claim it on Bungie. And then there's some videos and art piece that's available to watch. Again, quite interesting. This guy use a crown splitter slam on dual Inkaru. That's the boss from Shadow Throne. Remember we did Shadow Throne the other day and I used a crown splitter just for that reason. I watched that video. Basically the guy get is it a million damage or 999,999, like, so he just like, I think with the arc, if you have arc subclass and then you are, when you collect those orb like for the solstice, what do you call them?
The elemental empowerment.
Yeah, exactly. So you got elemental empowerment. It gives you a bonus damage on your sword, also some ammo on every kill or swipe or something like that. But yeah, you have that on, plus like Vorpal, plus you breach and clear, and then like you add your boss spec on it. The guy does like does so much damage. It's worth watching. It's just crazy. I'm like, Nice. So that's when we did the when we did this encounter. I used a ground splitter. I thunder crash a ground splitter, and the bus was dead in like, in no time. It was
Vaporized. Yeah.
yeah, it was amazing. So a good video to watch there, and then some art looking pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the TWAB. So we just got a couple more weeks left, and then the new season's gonna come up. So quite exciting.
Yeah, I look forward to it. Definitely some new content. So right now I feel is sort of the low of the season. It's hard to find stuff to get back onto. But at least there's good news of Iron Banner and a possible epilogue to close out the season. So
Yeah. So
um,
this should be
cool.
fine. So maybe Iron Banner is gonna be next week. Then the last 2 weeks gonna be the epilogue. Who knows? I've been grinding the bright dust just to get something to do on all my character. I'm back to 5,000 bright dust or something like that. So it's pretty good. There's not really something interesting for me to buy on the store, but I always keep it for like future activity, like the solstice. I bought all the armor on my 3 characters. So
Yeah, it's cool. Um, And for people, I mean, the difference between 6,000 Bright Dust and just transmogging the Magnificent set is the different colors you get. So I'm shocked that you would go and do that extra mile as a colorblind person because the
yeah.
only difference is color.
So yeah, I don't know. It's my I got this I don't know if it's a problem. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like this. They like to have everything complete. If I play a single player game, I like to complete everything to 100%
Hmm.
for some reason. And then Destiny 2, I know it's not gonna be possible, but I was like, I'm just gonna grab it as extra armor just to say I have it, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. I haven't used it on any of my character, but I have it. So maybe I'm gonna have like a design for a fashion contest or something like that. So I'll have a look.
Cool. Um, okay, well let's jump into some Stadia news this week. So coming out
Yes.
of the Stadia community blog, still free to play is the Avengers Assemble. So Square Enix piping in the new content as of July 27th. It's now available for players to jump into for free. Marvel Avengers is a multiplayer, what would you call that, like an MMO where you got to level up, grind. They now introduced the first type of quote unquote raid, which is called Family Reunion. And I have some mixed feelings about that, as it is simply a redub of an earlier campaign mission, which they just loaded with modifiers and made it 4 people required at top level. So I think you put it nicely the other day. You said it sounds like they created their first GM, which is probably not far off from what they did. But yeah, I mean, free to jump into. The only problem we had was you tried to jump in and play with me, but you start at like level 1,
Yeah.
and the only way to like get anywhere decent or do anything is to like at least get to 50, I think, and you have to like do the whole story, which is like 10 hours, and then you have to do like at least some extra events after that. So the free to play weekend doesn't really make sense for people. Maybe jump in and get a little taste and get hooked, but yeah, it's hard to really jump in with the end game material quite yet, which you should be expecting, I guess, for the MMO.
And that's maybe what they try to do. They try to get some people hook into it. They're like, oh, just do a campaign, and now you have all this stuff to do. So I'm probably gonna try it. Just do the campaign. I'll stream it if I do. I haven't played too much lately, so yeah. I'm probably gonna jump on my 4K TV and see how it looks. It might looks pretty good. So
Well, today's the last day, so Yeah, try to get some time on there.
Hmm.
The next article coming out of Stadia is Control. So the last cloud platform for the cloud platforming game to arrive on is Stadia. But finally, we get Control, and it's not even at full price from what I see. So um, I guess that's what we get for it being 2 years old. Looks very cool. Cultic experience, single player action adventure, manipulating matter, using dark matter. I mean, it looks phenomenal. Um, I will probably jump into it at some point, not now, because I got a lot on my plate with all these other games coming up, but perhaps during that slum in the next season of Destiny when we're going for like 6 months of season. But yeah, check out Control if you haven't already. I mean, that game only has like the greatest reviews.
Yeah, and the other thing is that I thought it would come out to Stadia Pro as one of the games, so I'm surprised they have it to sell like this. Yeah, it's a good low price, but the game is quite old, and I think on the Switch you can get it for free through their cloud service. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I think I got it. Or there was like a time where you could play for free or something like that, because like the Nintendo Switch started like something similar. They just use a cloud service. So yeah, but yeah,
Well,
I'm guessing it's gonna come out to Pro.
here's my that's my theory too, because I think Control is going to take advantage of both the grab of it being a big game, and it's going to wrap around and take the influencer, um not the influencer, but that Stadia Pro new incentive model, take
Mhm.
advantage of people logging in, throw it on Pro, and get sort of even more recurring revenue after that initial shock has come out. So when will Control come on Pro? November 1st.
That's
Prediction.
that's your prediction.
Yeah. So the next moving on, we have Tokyo. So everybody's hyped into Olympics right now. I got Olympics going on in the background right now, watching it this morning. What a better time to throw on a free to play. I was able to stream half an hour of that. Sorry, I apologize. I did not get my audio correct on that stream, but you can see some fun gameplay as I go through a lot of these different mini games is the best way to describe it. Also, I had no idea that's how you play rugby. It seems brutal. Like you're just like constantly. I don't know how you can progress. There's so many people. You just get hit all the time. Um, yeah. So there's some fun moments in to be had in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics game. Still free to play. So jump on this weekend before the weekend's end to try to get yourself some achievements, some gold medals, and have some fun. A lot of people are doing crowd play weekends, so try to grab onto those people and make some choices for them if you can. I had fun dressing up as Sonic, which you get to do right away, which was obviously what everyone wants to do and is a great move for them. So, cool. No, it's yeah, and I see you putting 2021, but it's called 2020, isn't it? On the
I think,
Stadia store?
oh, that's possible. I'm like, maybe was it delay or something like that?
It was delayed because obviously they wanted to time it with the Olympics, but I believe it's still called 2020.
Oh, okay.
I don't
I
know
was
though.
like, what's it? Yeah,
But
it's Tokyo 2020. Oh
yeah,
my God. Yeah, maybe was it supposed to happen last year, and because of COVID it's postponed to this year, I guess, right?
exactly. But maybe they had already bought the name of the game and they're like, ah, let's not do anything about that.
Yeah, that sounds like we're not in 2020 anymore, so that's funny. Awesome.
Well, cool. Yeah, so yeah, jump into Tokyo, jump into some Olympics. I mean, super easy if you're an achievement hunter. Just go through like each of them in the practice round, and you get like 2, 3 achievements per game if you just do one. But yeah, have you got into any Olympics?
No, I haven't jumped into Olympic. It's not. It's it's not something that interests me, but I'll probably gonna have a look before it goes away. I'm probably gonna try Avengers first, but yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Avengers is the more exciting one. Like
yeah.
this one is more about like rotate your stick and tap A at the right time. Like that's it's like that.
Oh, okay. It's funny you mentioned rugby. I play rugby like when I was in Australia. Quite interesting game. I know at first I didn't know what I was doing. So, but yeah, when you get the hang of it, you find the way to play. But yeah, it's quite exciting. We were playing flag rugby, so you wear a flag on each side, not the full on tackle, because I seen people like hurting themselves all the time and that. So yeah, good game to play though.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Well, today is the pro release day. So we have some games coming out for Stadia. And we've got some interesting games this month. Killer Queen Black. So I'm happy to see another multi-platform cross-play situation. That is epic for everyone involved to be able to play with PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Switch, no problems. Just jump in and have fun. I've actually never played Killer Queen Black. It's apparently a big hit. It's an arcadey style. Three ways to win: combat, fast pace, and tons of people always playing. So I'm definitely going to jump into this, throw up a stream, let people know what I think for sure.
Yeah, the fact it's crossplay with like anybody that has it, like PC. I don't know if it's on other console, but yeah, that's
Oh, it's
amazing.
on
Cause
everything.
yeah, so like then it's not gonna be like waiting for finding people to play with, right?
Yeah. And then we have the Valkyrie, the Chronicles 4. So this is an action strategy RPG. Just adding in, it seems like there's an RPG every month. If you were to do all of these RPGs, like your time, I don't even know where your time would go. Um, but yeah, good. It looks like a huge title, so happy to see. I have not jumped into any of the Valkyrie Chronicles before, but yeah,
Yeah,
it looks pretty neat. It looks well done.
I've played it on the Switch too. It's like um what do you call it? A time base, not time base, but rotation base. It's like a mix of RPG where you have to move your guy or your vehicle in position, do an attack. A turn base, that's what I was looking for. Turn
Turn
based
based.
RPG,
Okay.
yeah. And it has some tactical portion out of it, so it's pretty interesting. But Japanese like anime style, so.
Oh, okay. I played a game like that before. I think Advanced Warfare. It was like very turn based, and you got to position yourself on the map for strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah, those games can be fun.
but think about this one. It's like on the third person view instead of on top down view.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, we'll definitely be checking it out. It's a pro title, so I always like to jump into pro titles.
Yeah,
Um, this next one, I'm super pumped for. Although we did not get it today, we will get it tomorrow.
yeah, it's coming out tomorrow, right?
And everybody knows that it's grime time. It's you got to commit the grime crime. You got to rap those grime rhymes. It's grime, grime, grime. Huge weapons, epic bosses, Stadia makers support. Our first Stadia maker title to come to pro. From my brief look at this, looks like they took advantage of the new incentive deal. So I'm going to be asking everyone support this game, log in daily, get a little bit further each time, and I'll be doing the exact same thing. I'm going to just be getting in every single day and hopefully giving them as much love as I can. Cool stuff.
Yeah, just turn on the game and then quit if you don't want to play it. Just like gonna give them incentive.
Exactly. Support the grime team.
But yeah, there's a lot of hype for that game too, so that's what I like. It's gonna be good, I think. Yeah, like the concept and the side scroller type like this, it's quite interesting. Um, I'm probably gonna play too. Gonna have to try that. There's a lot of game to try right now.
Yeah, I know, but this one will definitely be on because it just looks cool. And I mean, that's like 50% of getting me hooked in a game. It's just looking cool. And the next title to come out, it came from space and ate our brains. So yeah, I don't know how much I can possibly say on this title. You are a top-down survival horde situation, twin stick shooters, sort of like block animations from what I've seen. But yeah, I will definitely. I'm going to jump in and give it a try. But just my expectations are sort of like small arcadey title. I may get like 3 to 5 minutes of fun, but I hope it surprises me, and I hope I stop the aliens from eating my brains.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's co-op play too, so it's gonna be a good game to play multiple people, and probably like couch co-op, I guess.
yeah, I would
That'll
think
be
so.
that'll be good.
And the one game I probably won't be able to play because I don't understand how this works. Well, maybe I'll just try it with controller to see what happens because this next one is Epistory Typing Chronicles. And basically, from what I've seen, you have to type your way out of situations and you type words, and there's like words coming at you, and you got to type the right ones. It seems like a learn how to type game, to be honest. Like if anyone remembers Mavis Beacon. Whoa,
Oh
it's a
yeah.
flashback.
Or like Typing of the Dead. I don't know if you tried that before.
No.
It's like House of the Dead, but you have to type word to kill them.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Wow.
yeah, I don't know that it's gonna work for on Stadia unless you're on the computer.
Yeah. So I guess I mean I'll be trying it out. I'll throw Steam up and be like, what's happening? Maybe it'll give me a selection of words I'll get to choose from, but I guess we'll see.
Hmm.
So 5 titles this month. Pretty exciting stuff. Happy to see
I,
for
I
sure.
just thought about something about this. It's like
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be like similar to the remember the older phone where like ABC was on one and then like the next letter was on two.
Oh,
It's gonna be that with the controller.
I don't want that. No. Yeah.
Who knows, right? No. Hey, people learn how to type with this, right? I remember in the beginning when cell phone came out was like this, you'd send text. It took forever though. Damn.
I'm just learning how to do that new Google texting where you go like
The
just
swipe?
drag,
Yeah,
drag. It's
that
it's
worked well.
convenient. It's not
Hmm.
bad. Like I like it. But sometimes it just doesn't get the word.
Yeah, well, maybe it's gonna be easier if you can play with your phone like this and, and your phone's your controller. You just pop out the keyboard and just
There you
swipe.
go. Do. That's with the bridge. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. It's a good way to do it.
Uh,
Cool. So coming out of Stadia source this week, we have a couple news articles to touch on here. Falconeer gets a Stadia rating from the ESRB. Very cool. This game excites me for one reason and one reason only. It's a one-man team. Thomas Sala. This guy is making the entire game all by himself. The concept seems pretty cool.
mhm.
Dog fights, you're on birds, you're I mean, that's pretty cool. You're flying in the air, it's sort of like an aerial combat. Yeah, I look forward to seeing this on Stadia, and I wish all the best for this Thomas Sala. I can't imagine the undertaking it must have been to create a game solo.
Yeah, that must have taken forever. And the fact that he published it through Stadia and then like he get that new incentive coming up, he's gonna be making a lot of money like this. So that's good for him and like, let's support him. Like and hopefully he can get like hire from a studio or something like that and join them to create more game. If the guy was able to do it all by himself, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty epic undertaking. So I'll be looking forward to Falconeer on Stadia. Um, Assassin's Creed Siege of Paris. This is arriving August 12th, so keep your eyes open for the middle of the month.
Mhm.
Yeah, just free DLC for people who have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, that's amazing that they release a free DLC like this, an expansion for it. So,
although on Stadia you cannot call it DLC. So
it's ILC, so instant.
loadable content,
Yeah.
but it's not loading, so it's IC,
Yeah.
instant content,
There we
or
go.
INC, instant new content. Maybe.
Or that's why they call it add-on content, I guess. So
Yeah,
it's
they
just
call it
an add-on.
add-ons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an add-on. Makes sense. Cool. Everyone's favorite packing game has got fully loaded on Stadia now with 7 new achievements, new campaign, and new competitive stages. So log in, check out, fully loaded, get packed on Stadia. Yeah. I've tried it maybe once before for 5-10 minutes. I assume it's a much better like couch co-op, laugh, have fun type of game. So I'll have to try to play it in that sort of atmosphere. Now
Yeah,
that we're,
couch co-op
yeah,
is very good. I play with my wife there. It was fun. She's trying to learn the control of what you needed to do. So, but yeah, it's doable.
yeah, cool. Now we have the some kid games coming out for Stadia. It's good to see all-rounded support. I mean, they have to have these games out there as well. So we got a list that has been rated for Stadia: Adventureland and the Pirates of the Encrydon. We have Race with Ryan because everybody's got a race with Ryan. And then we have Troll Hunters, Defenders of Arcadia. So looks to be, sort of an adventure explorer water-based game. And then you have like a kart racer, and then you have sort of like an adventure game. So all kind of well-rounded kid games. I'm probably not going to jump too much into these, but Adventure Time,
Yeah, it's
not Adventure.
Adventure Time, and I think it's based on a TV series.
Yes, it is.
I don't think it's made for kid, if I'm right or wrong.
Well, it
Is it
says
like
this is
more?
under the kids rated. Maybe the
Oh,
show.
oh, okay. I'm not sure. I've heard of it before. I never like watched it. It's this guy, like weird looking guy with the dog, I guess.
Yeah, I've never watched it either. But yeah, I mean, if it comes to pro, I'll definitely give it a check out. But
Yeah,
I guess it's just good to see that more kids games are coming out for Google. So I
yeah,
think well, all we
definitely.
have is really like SpongeBob and then like Uno and like stack on stacks, but like nothing like really kids. There's no like kid area or kid genre in the libraries,
Hmm.
so good to fill it out.
Yeah, there's a lot of it went through the RSRB, but like they yet to come out.
Yeah. So 9 to 5 Google released some tech info, tech news this week. Tech news. So add friends via email or phone number. So if you don't know the person's Stadia name and you know their email or phone number and your privacy settings are open, I mean, add them all up. So that's a new way to add people. I mean, just breaks down barriers really,
Hmm.
which is important. Like if you want to add someone, just add them this way, that way, or the other.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, no problems there. Good that they're opening up their system. It's better to have that way.
Just more way to like find your friends on Stadia. So
Yeah. And now we have the Google bundle up in Canada. So you can mix and match your favorite colors of your Google Chromecast unit and your favorite color of your controller. So just black, wasabi, and the Premier Edition you can customize with the Chromecast units. So it's kind of like a bundle mix and match situation. And I think you save like $19, they were saying, on that bundle if you
mhm.
get it all together with a controller. So yeah, it's good to see.
That's on Google Store, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's the Google store.
Oh wow.
It's called the
Okay.
Play and Watch bundle.
Nice. I like to see that. I thought they were out of Chromecast Ultra though, so they might be with the Google TV then.
I think there's still have them for sale. The Chromecast Ultras with the Premier Edition, I think that's been discounted further. But now they have this new Play and Watch bundle, which comes with the new Google TV.
Oh, okay. That's
But
good.
I have one warning for Google TV people, prospect people. It's just it doesn't have enough space. You got to buy some sort of extra storage. I mean, I can't have like 6 7 apps. It has like 4 gigs of space, so it's like very very small.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Like, what kind of device in today's day and age has 4 gigs of space? But yeah, we'll see. You have to get like one of those. I have to order the external storage thing, and I don't want to order from Amazon because I'm just funding pollution through his space travels for fun. But that's a whole different story.
So, okay, so how does that work? How do you plug external storage to that Google TV? Is there
Yeah.
like,
So what you do is the HDMI is built into the Google TV, and then from the Google TV, there's the power cord. So in between there, you're going to put a storage unit that you plug into the Google TV and also has a plug-in for power.
okay, wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I don't it's not ideal.
They should have thought this through before selling it, I guess, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, who comes up with like 4 gigs of space? Yeah, no, they'll be fine with that.
Yeah. With all the app available now, so yeah,
I can't
okay.
even download all my apps. I have like Prime, I have Stadia, I have GeForce Now, I have like
Netflix.
Global TV, Netflix, YouTube Music. Like it's already like maxed out, and some of them can't even update. So I gotta like eliminate apps based on like updating stuff. It's brutal.
Yeah, I saw something about this too, but I didn't read into it. But yeah, okay. That's quite interesting. Hopefully they're gonna have like some sort of storage piece that you can buy from them as a recommended add-on. But yeah, okay. Interesting.
I don't get what I should just be able to use my cloud storage, like my Google One cloud storage.
There you go. They should just yeah, I don't know, a Google
Maybe
Drive
there
or
is
something.
like a cloud link that I haven't done yet. I gotta look that up.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let anybody know if I find it.
Yeah.
So some notable stories here. I already talked about Marvel's Avengers. And we have Ubisoft. So rating some more games. So these games hopefully come out as soon as possible to the platform. We have Assassin's Creed Flag, the pirate one, Assassin's Creed Rogue, Far Cry Primal, which looks really cool. Basically caveman time. So first person, and then Blood Dragon. I mean, these titles are just looking pretty wicked. Rayman Legends, that'll be a good mix up to these shooters. And then we have Child of Light, which was a very well received game,
Mm-hmm.
adventure storytelling. So look forward to that. Two games that got delisted in that same list was Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered and Far Cry 4. So we won't be seeing those guys on the Stadia platform. So oh well, but more games than not, so that's
Mm-hmm.
good to see.
So Rayman Legend, it's a side scroller. I've played it before. Very fun game to play. Child of Light, also a fun game to play. It's like a mix RPG. If I try to remember right, it's like as soon as you get into an encounter, it's switched to another layout, and it's like a turn-based RPG. But
Oh,
very
okay.
fun to play. I found it was like it's a side scroller RPG. So yeah, worth to
Interesting.
give a try.
And some notable things happening this week in the Stadia community. Now, if I say this right, Tardigradium. Sorry, Tardigradium. But you had some awesome artwork that you posted. Stadia community has just been sharing it like community crazy. I'll be using it as like the artwork on today's episode. But yeah, just really cool to see people out there making this cool artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Um, and finally, our last story of the day. We have a white label service from Google, which they are looking to sell their Stadia technology as a service to others so they can also have a cloud-based gaming service. So you were saying before the show, you could see Walmart, you can see Netflix scooping up this platform and using it for their own sort of launch of whatever they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So Google has the infrastructure, right? They already have their server and location. They already have the cabling connection. So yeah, so that's gonna give a chance to like other company like Netflix and Walmart and who else is gonna come out with their cloud gaming just to use something an infrastructure already there. I look at it like similar to a phone company or yeah, let's say a phone company. Like you have like in Canada we have Bell, Rogers, and Telus is a big one. Then they have the tower already set up everywhere, and you have like company like Freedom, they tag along. No, Freedom is not a good example, but other smaller company, telecom company, they get to rent the tower that owned by Bell to be able to put their antenna and to like get their network going. So the idea behind that is to have Google, they already have the infrastructure in place and they're going to rent a part of the server just so they have their own service. That's a good thing. What I've liked to see is that a partnership between Netflix and Google or Walmart and Google, where like they not necessarily only rent part of their server, but they also like, no, they just tag along to create more game, right? So at the end of the day, like if you have all those services creating like cloud gaming, that's gonna be overwhelming, right? It's easier to have just a couple and then you can play onto that. But now with crossplay might not be a big issue. So who knows what's gonna come up, right?
I think it's similar to sort of how we see TV transition from all of these cable networks. And then, you see the launch of streaming platforms like Amazon and Netflix. I think we'll start to see very similar progression in the gaming community where Xbox and PlayStation were sort of NPC were the cable networks, and then we see the streaming platforms really take off in the cloud gaming world. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, let's get more stable networks, more stable gameplay, and the only difference I will say is their cult like followings to the PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, they're literal like clans that will like live and breathe these systems. I don't know if you saw
Yep.
the new Rick and Morty episode. There was a
No.
time where the president had his life flash before his eyes, and it was just saying like the Wall falls down, PlayStation 1, da 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 da, PlayStation 2, da 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 da, PlayStation 3. Like it's just like all through his life he had the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 now announced. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just like that was his life basically, which was funny.
That's funny. Yeah, I still find that a lot of people think that Stadia is dead, which is quite interesting. I provided my code to a coworker and he was like, "Oh, I thought it was dead. It was going away." I was like, "No, SGNE is gone, but now they are moving towards a different direction, which attract a lot of people." And the
Yeah.
next day I speak with him and he was like, "I run flawless. I showed my roommate." And then like I was like, "Look, I just click play and the game start." It's so amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are just still like finding out about Stadia or about cloud gaming. A
That's
lot of people are their experience are with like let's say Xbox or X Cloud, whatever you want to call it, which is still not refined yet, which I think Stadia is like the best ahead. and then GeForce Now, where you're basically renting a PC. That's all it is. So.
I see this situation where we're playing with people on PC in the new crossplay Destiny situation,
Hmm.
and they're like, "Oh, I have to download this update. I'll be on after a download update." And we'll be like, "Stupid."
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And he'll be like, "Oh man, Destiny's so huge. It's over 250 gigs on my computer." And we'll be like, "What are you doing? Just get that." Like, there'll be so many people just convincing the like people on the platform. It's like, why do you have this on your computer? You don't have to. It's
Yeah, and the other thing is that now because it's gonna be cross-play, like there's not gonna be any reason to stay on a specific platform.
yeah,
So cloud gaming is gonna make it easier basically for everybody. So I keep seeing more and more people within the YouTube channel talking about Stadia on Destiny 2. So yeah, it's a good thing because like people are noticing like it's actually good. Yeah, it is good. I think people are scared of latency or the delay in the control. I play on PC and Stadia, and I didn't notice anything. Like if you worry about a 0.001 of a second of difference or something like that, like you're not gonna notice it. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, we should wrap up this show. I feel like this has been an especially long one for a slow news week, but uh, everyone, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like the video and the notifications bell for an alert when our podcast hits the air. Leave a comment. Tell us about Stadia in your gaming life. You can find Stadia Party Chat Podcast, the audio version of our podcast, on Anchor, Spotify, Google Cast, anywhere you can find podcasts, really. Shout out to the new sponsor. Thank you, Stadia Community Blog. Thank you, 9 to 5 Google. Thank you, StadiaSource.com. Yeah. And everyone, thanks for listening. That's the news for this week. We thank you for tuning in and hearing our thoughts on the news. Look forward to sharing more in the future. As always, I'm Ricardo, giving you my perspective on the cloud, and my co host, Sebastian.
yeah, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you next week.
All right, everybody, take care.